Hello, everyone, and welcome to Deconstructing the Dark Passenger podcast, the podcast about all things Dexter. I'm Jean.
I'm Victoria.
And today we are starting season 3 with episode 1, Our Father. And we're doing this thing where we think we want to make a metaphor, but then we forget about it. And, you know. So Dexter is, he's at the dentist. He's gotten a root canal because he's putting in a temporary crown.
I thought it was weird because when they start showing somebody putting on gloves, I automatically thought it was Dexter, and I was like, oh no, that's not Dexter.
Yeah. The dentist asked him how his summer was, and Dexter apparently killed some folks at the carnival. Anyway, Dexter he's getting into his groove, right? He's having sex with Rita, and a lot of sex with Rita, and he's going out on his boat, and he's killing folks.
Life is good.
Life is good. He's making pancakes for the kids. But Aster doesn't want, like, Mickey Mouse pancakes. She just wants regular round pancakes.
Yeah, Rita's like, she's growing up.
Yeah.
And Dexter's like, it starts with pancakes.
Poor Rita. She's like, I got my kind, gentle man now. Oh, yeah, you know.
If you only knew.
Except for the fact that he kills people, he is a kind and gentle man.
Yeah.
Aside from that.
Aside from pulling out the butcher knife and sticking it straight into somebody's heart, we're good to go.
He's not a bad dude. So Dexter he's got his eye on his next kill, a guy named Fred Bowman, and we somehow get the name Freebo out of that.
He killed two girls in a sorority house or somewhere.
Ah.
It was two college girls.
Two
college girls, and he got off on a technicality.
Was it a technicality? I thought he was out on some kind of catch and release program or something, and that's when he killed them, and I don't know.
I thought it was some kind of a technicality, but
I don't know. It doesn't matter. Either way, he's out. So Dexter's going to kill him. It's weird, because this is not the Dexter we met at the beginning of the series. It's not the Dexter we met in the first season. This is a different Dexter. He's still going through the same routines, but he's got a little joie de vivre. You know, he's like he seems like a normal person now.
Yeah.
He seems like a normal person except for this thing he does on the side where he kills people.
Yeah, I mean, he's got more of a pep to his step, and he kind of knows what people are thinking, or when somebody says something, he like, they want to know my feelings.
Oh, yeah. And he had mentioned in the opening scene about Rita being kind of like the scaffolding of this normal life, which I think is true. That's a really, I think, a very true statement.
Yes.
She is. People get so weird about the Rita thing. I think when I see people saying, well, you know, he tried to live a normal life with Rita and, you know, it failed. He just can't live a normal life. I think they're missing the point. I think he could live a normal life.
Yes.
He definitely wanted to. He's still, even in Resurrection, he definitely wants a normal life.
Yes, he does.
I just think that it was the birth pains of getting out of the Harry mindset, which is a process that does not mean he does not want a normal life. So people, I think, get caught up on being successful or unsuccessful, trying to live a normal life, and they're missing what's actually going on here.
Yes.
But Dexter he's trolling the station with his donuts. I made a note that, of course, Vince Masuka likes lemon custard. Of course he does.
And Angel took the bear claw.
Well, yes, that's very, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
He's a bear claw guy. Dexter, this will be a running thing where Vince has written an article for Forensics Quarterly that he wants Dexter to proofread.
Yeah. You know, make any corrections, misspells, anything like that.
Yeah. We meet Dokes' replacement.
Quinn.
Joey Quinn, in his bald era.
We're going to have a lot to say, or let's go back. I'm going to have a lot to say this season about Joey Quinn.
I don't mind Joey Quinn.
I don't mind him.
He's no Dokes, but, you know.
I don't mind him. He does stuff to irritate me.
Oh, sure. He's obviously, I don't think he's hot for Deb, but he's definitely going to be flirting with her from the get-go.
Yeah.
She's got a haircut. We were talking to her last season how much we loved her hair, and they went ahead and said, oh, no, we can't have that.
It looks so cute, though.
It is cute. I mean, it's hard to make her look bad.
Yeah.
I thought her hair looked great last year. Apparently, she's also giving up men, liquor, and cigarettes, which is
37 days, I think she
Don't
said.
do all that all at once. Pick a thing.
Oh, 27 days. Sorry.
Either
I wrote
way,
it down.
That's
how many
a lot.
days?
And we find out that Harry's birthday is that day, I guess, or coming up. I don't remember them ever mentioning this before, but their tradition is to go to this place called, was it the Blue Room? I guess it's where a lot of cops hang out.
They had a lot of cops' pictures on the walls. So.
Yeah, so they're going to hang out, and they kind of, that's their tradition, is to go there and, I guess, pay tribute to Harry on his birthday.
And Dex is like, but you're not drinking.
But you're not drinking. And so Maria is laying into Batista. We're not sure what's going on. He's drinking. Batista is drinking a lot. Other than that, at this point, we're not sure what's going on with him. He's not changing his clothes, and he's not looking great.
Because Maria pointed it out, and he's like, I thought you said you weren't going to bother us with our personal life.
Yeah.
And he had done something, so he didn't have time to go home and change.
Yeah. And she's like, well, I'm going to need you to get your poop in a group because you're going to be promoted to detective sergeant. Yay. And then Deb is very excited because this means now a spot's opening up so she can try to get her detective shield.
Yeah.
So I don't like this next scene here. Dexter he's trying to get in with Freebo. He's trying to kind of case him out. And yeah, okay. Freebo actually kind of calls him out because Dexter, he goes up there, he's eating Oreos, and he's trying to look like a junkie. He's like holding his arm, which I'm like, when you hold your arm all day, everybody can see you don't have track marks.
Yeah.
He's just, he's trying to look like a junkie, and Freebo right away is like, oh, it's just some regular yuppies showing up. When he came in, Freebo thought he wanted to buy the TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Dexter, you don't look like a junkie, even a little bit. Yes, I know, you can't always tell what a junkie looks like. I mean, yes, that's true, but the clean pressed clothes and the hairstyle and the fresh visit from the dentist, that would all be signs that
Dex ain't doing it.
Dex ain't doing it. We meet Tegan here.
As she comes out of the back room telling Freebo, I need a hit.
Freebo is such a mean girl to Tegan. Fuck off, Tegan. It just says it. He's like, just like, literally like he's auditioning for Mean Girls. He's like, fuck off, Tegan. And she's like, well, I guess your dick can go suck itself.
Yeah.
Which was a great comeback.
That was great. It was a great comeback. I was proud.
So Dexter, now he's got a feel for what's going on with Freebo. He's going to set up the kill room and make his move later.
And Freebo has a pink house.
Freebo does have a pink house. Because
Dexter's driving up, he's like, a pink house?
I actually like Freebo, the inside of his house.
Yeah.
I there's something, my younger self wouldn't have minded a place like that. But anyway, in the meantime, we get Deb, who is being approached. She's getting coffee. Don't bother people while they're getting coffee. But she's approached by Yukimura, who is an IA, Internal Affairs investigator.
And let me tell you,
even she notices Deb.
So annoying.
But even she notices Deb's haircut. This storyline is, I'm not a fan of the storyline here, but she's looking into Joey. And Deb's like, nah, fuck off. I'm not giving you any information about Joey. We're not doing this. And then Deb's like, hey, wait a minute. Why are you investigating Joey?
And she says, you don't get to blow me off and still ask questions.
I gotta say, that was bold of Deb. Like, you can't. What are you even doing, girl? So Dexter goes back to Freebo to get the job done, and he walks in, and somebody else is in the middle of killing Freebo.
Yeah, like they're fighting and yelling.
Yeah.
And there's a knife somewhere involved.
Yeah, Freebo makes a run for it. Dexter gets into a scuffle with this other person. Loses his temporary crown. We see it go flying across the room.
Yes, we do.
And he stabs the guy in the struggle. And then next thing you know, Tegan knocking on the door. Freebo, let me in.
I don't think it was Tegan.
Somebody was knocking on the door. Somebody starts knocking on the door, and Dexter's like, shit, I gotta get out of here. Like, he can't even break down the body.
Yeah.
So he runs, he breaks down the kill room. And he's like, great.
Yeah, and as he was killing the guy went up against the wall, and he looked at him, he's like, who are you? And Dexter's like, who are you?
Yeah, really? Like, what the... Neither one of us belong here. What's happening? In the meantime, Rita calls him over for some loving. Rita is a horny girl this season.
We find out why.
She's... It isn't just this season. She's horny next season, too. She's horny. She's a horny girl. And, well, I guess it makes sense. She would, by old school logic, she's at her sexual peak right now, right?
Well, yeah. There's other things.
Well, there's other things, but that's not I'm saying, even next season when it's not applicable, she's still horny. Anyway, they go over, they do it, and then they start eating pudding with the refrigerator open, and it's the children's dessert. What nasty people. Eating your child's pudding.
I mean, they'll go to the store, replace it.
She makes it from scratch, but just nasty. And knowing that that's what you're doing.
She can make more. Wow. Wow, for somebody who eats other people's cookies and says, oh, you can go get more.
I'm usually the one that got them in the first place, so yeah. Okay, anyway. Next morning, at the Fremo crime scene, Dexter pulls up to the crime scene. He's kind of checking in on things.
Yeah.
And he kind of pulls up, and he sees everybody there, and while he's watching, Angel calls him. And he's like, yeah, I can be there in about 20 minutes.
I know. I'm like,
you can be there in 20 seconds, Dexter.
Because he pulls up and he's sitting there and he's watching the cops go in and out. And he's like, any time now. And then the phone rings and he's like, 20 minutes. And I'm like, really? Okay, so this is the first time I really noticed something off about this episode. I think there was a definite vibe in the first season. When I say a vibe, I mean the lighting and the way it was shot and the way everything was composed. There was definitely a vibe. There was also a vibe in season 2. I don't feel like season 2 was as well defined stylistically as season 1, but it was still kind of, the notes were all still there. We're going to watch as the season goes on. This first episode was very strange. There were some weird edits here where I just feel like the editing got messed up, and then there were some strange transitions. This transition in particular, it felt to me, and I noticed at a couple later points, I was like, am I watching a David Fincher movie because of the lighting and the way the shot was framed? And like here, I was like, this is a Stanley Kubrick transition here. So it felt like about 10 different people directed this episode, and they each had a different favorite director. they just kind of did their bit. Yeah.
It was really weird. It felt kind of thrown together a little bit. I mean, just the editing did not feel very smooth in this episode. I don't know what's going on.
Maybe the episode wasn't fully ready to go on release day.
Maybe, yeah, and they kind of hurried it up. Because there's definitely some points in the editing where I was like, that's terrible. What were they doing? This is not the quality we're used to.
Yeah.
But anyway, Deb is very excited because Angel is going to put her on this case.
Yes, and it's a huge case.
It's a big one.
This could get her shield.
This man that Dexter killed is Oscar Prado, who is the baby brother of Miguel Prado, who is the district attorney for Miami.
They have another brother named Ramon.
He's the sheriff of the Miami-Dade or something, whatever.
Miami-Dade. And also we find out here that Oscar was a youth coach.
Well, we know how that goes. Okay, so look where it goes way back with the Prado family.
Yes, she does.
And Deb makes a comment here. She's like, oh, it's that whole Cubano thing, which didn't seem like anybody heard.
Yeah, but it's not. We find out from Angel that Miguel seems to be the one who got away on Maria.
Yeah. At the scene, Dexter finds his tooth.
Yes, he does. Sneaks it into his pocket. Gotta get that shit put back in.
Yeah. And Deb says, because, Miguel or Ramon, one of them was like, whoever did this is already wishing he was dead.
Yeah.
And Deb's like, somebody really stepped on their dick with this one. And Dexter's like, yeah, dick stepped on. What can I say?
And Miguel is being played by Jimmy Smits.
Jimmy Smits does a fan-fucking-tastic job.
This season with him, he's amazing.
Absolutely. People, when they talk about the guest stars on this show, obviously everybody always talks about John Lithgow. Like, yeah, I think Jimmy Smits does not get enough credit.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I feel like Jimmy Smits understood something about this show that a lot of people, even me, didn't really understand about it. And then he got in there and he kind of shook it up and you're like, oh, okay, I get it now.
We get it.
But anyway, we'll talk about that as this season goes on. We have this awkward type of thing I hate where Dexter's, sometimes it's weird because it felt, especially in the first season, he would say some very insightful things about himself and his relationship with Harry, and a little bit in season 2 too, though we were getting sidetracked with the addiction stuff, having to cram everything into that model. But here we're talking about, oh, Harry was my god. And no, we're not doing it. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. We're not going there. Because like, every time we do this awkward symbolism in this show, it never works, and they drop it because they know it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Nothing about it works. Anyway, Dexter gets back to the station. The canine dogs do not like Dexter.
No.
Dogs don't like Dexter.
No.
Dogs don't like Dexter because they know. They know. Dogs know. Anyway, so this is where we find out that Miguel and Maria from Angel's got the dirt, always got the hot goss. Miguel and Maria were hooking up back in the day. And we're getting a briefing at the station, and Maria is talking about, hey, look, you know what? I go way back with the Prado family. And she looks at Deb and she's like, and no, it's not just the whole Cubano thing. Speaking of stepping on dicks, Deb. And I did make a note here, and I think we're getting it in this scene too. Everybody's just kind of standing there. They're doing this briefing with the police, and Miguel is there, and they're kind of going over things. And it almost felt like a dress rehearsal. You know, it almost felt like they were just kind of like, okay, let's run through these scenes real quick before we start shooting. You know?
Yeah.
It's a very weird vibe. I don't remember this ever sticking out to me before, so I feel like it might just be this episode.
Yeah.
And then Miguel has his own press conference. And then in the meantime, Dexter is like, okay, what is a youth counselor doing at this drug dealer's house? I don't buy this, whatever story they're giving. So he starts to do some research. But Oscar, unfortunately, looks pretty clean.
Yes.
And, you know, Deb is getting after him about, like, well, we're going to go celebrate Harry's birthday. And Dexter is just not. He's like, after everything I've figured out about Harry, I am just not in the fucking mood. He explains to her later, like, you and I are in a different place in our relationship with Dad. You need to respect that, Dad.
Yes.
So Deb is trying to find what she can. You know, she's definitely trying to make an impression with this case. Even though she got off to a bad start, that will get worse. But Quinn is trying to do her a solid, and he's like, look, hey, I have an old CI that I work with. He can probably help you figure out where Freebo is. And so she goes out there, and it's this guy, Anton, and he's clearly just loving life. He's just sitting there with his guitar and a buzz, and he's like, hey, lady, I ain't playing your games, you know? He's like, I don't know where Freebo is.
You need to take a hit or something.
Yeah, oh, I love this guy. And so she's like, okay, fine. And she shows him a picture of Oscar. Now, we don't know what comes of this yet. We will find out.
Yeah, we will.
Now, Dexter, oh yeah, I did forget that Dexter, that morning, or earlier, I remember the day before.
It was the morning, or it was the day before, because Cody says, Dex, can you come to Dad's day at school for me?
Dad's day! So we get Dexter giving this boring-ass, what are these, first graders? And he's talking about, like, the science of blood spatter analysis. And
they're all holding the strings.
Yeah.
Like, there's this big string thing going throughout the whole room.
Yeah.
And Dexter has, like, the beginnings of it. And they're all just looking at him like, huh?
Yeah, they're like, do you save lives? And he's like, well, I help catch bad guys. You know, do you have a gun? No. Well, and Cody's like, well, he has a badge. She's like, it's a laminate.
Oh, and we hear this from Dexter a lot. He's always like, I have a laminate.
Oh, man. But Rita's getting all weepy. And he's like, what the fuck did I do now? She's like, no, it's just so beautiful. And poor little Cody, right? Dexter's like, hey, man, like, I'm sorry I bombed Daddy Day. And he's like, well, it was better than not having my dad here at all. So Dexter's like, hey, you know, I get from the mouths of babes.
Drop a tear.
Drop a tear. Drop a tear for little Cody, man. Because he's thinking about, I'm all resentful and shit about Harry, but look at this little man. Look at what his father did to him. And he's just like, well, I just got to keep going, you know?
Yep.
Bad news. Miguel calls Dexter. He's like, hey.
Now.
Let's talk.
Get to it.
So they go to Freebo's house, and he's basically walking Miguel through what happened according to the quote unquote according to the blood spatter.
Yeah, and he's got all the strings and the lights up already and everything like measured out and stuff.
Yes, and he's being smart here because he's really puffing up. He's like, well, Oscar fought valiantly, and
yeah,
he was just outmatched.
Yeah, because Miguel's like, did he suffer? And he's like, no, he died quickly.
I mean, he did. Yeah, he did. I mean, he did. Yeah, he did.
So after Dexter goes through everything he figured out from the blood, Miguel's like, so why is a blood spatter analyst looking through my brother's records?
Dexter's explanation is not very compelling. He's like, well, I was so moved. I mean, it's anybody with a working bullshit detector would not believe it, but anybody that just likes having their ego stroked is like, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just so moved by your brother's death.
No, you weren't.
No, you weren't. But he does get an invitation to Oscar's wake, which is amazing. Back at the station, Deb has some bad news about Anton being an asshole, but she has great news that she says very loudly to Joey and Angel about Oscar being a junkie.
Yeah, it seems Oscar's in for a lot of money to Freebo.
Yes, she's giddy with the knowledge, and so giddy that she does not realize that Maria and Miguel are right behind her, and they hear the whole thing going, yeah, he's a fucking junkie.
Yeah. So she's all happy about this case, but then her big mouth about him being into Freebo for money, she automatically thinks he's a junkie. And of course, Miguel is not going to have any of that.
Maria's not going to have it, and so she talks to Angel, and she's like, you got to rethink Deb's involvement for the case. Some bullshit about the case is too big for her. I mean, that's not it, obviously.
Yeah. She's like, Deb shouldn't be working it. What do you expect? Deb's the next one up for a shield, Maria. So get over your issue with Deb.
I mean, she just wants the case to be solved without any dirt coming out, and she knows Deb is not going to do that.
Yeah, but if there's dirt to come out, the dirt's what's going to help them solve it.
But she's a politician. That's not how she sees it.
Well, she needs to politic it back.
But honestly, though, this decision, now obviously this was nothing she knew about nor her intention, but this decision to get Deb off the case will save Dexter.
Yes.
Because if Deb was working the case, she eventually would have gotten back to him. Angel does do as Maria. Yeah, he frames it as being his decision, but he wouldn't have even thought to do it if it hadn't been for Maria. Maybe. I mean, the chances of her doing it are better than anybody else.
Yeah.
This is the scene where at Oscar's wake. This is the scene. I was like, this feels like kind of like a David Fincher movie, with the lighting and the way they're framing. They have this one shot where Dexter's up at the casket. We're looking at Dexter. He's not in the center of the frame. He's just on a little bit to the left of center of the frame, and just over his shoulder, we kind of see Miguel and Maria have an exchange. Like Miguel starts to walk towards him, but then he gets pulled back by something else. And with the lighting and everything, this feels like a David Fincher movie. Anyway, Deb and Angel are talking. They're at the Blue Room. She's texting Dexter. What the fuck? Where are you?
Drinking cranberry juice.
Drinking cranberry juice. And back at the wake, so Miguel is like, okay, yes, my brother did not suffer from the tragedy of perfection. So he's admitting that, yeah, he knows all this stuff that Deb said about Oscar. He already knew.
Yeah.
This is not going to be news to him, but he clearly wants all this to just, let's solve it.
Well, yeah, let's get it solved.
Let's get it solved. Deb is comparing herself to Harry. I don't think that's fair for a few reasons, but she's like, well, by the time Harry was my age, he already had a shield. Well, by the time Harry was your age, he was already getting informants killed after he fucked them.
Yeah, and I mean, you gotta think, too, I mean, I hate to even say it, but there's a big double standard, especially in law enforcement for men and women.
Yeah, it's hard to say because Maria seems to be, at least as far as we are seeing, Maria seems to be at the forefront of moving women forward in the department.
But Maria was there when Harry was there.
Maria was, but she was Deb's age then, or younger.
Yeah. Deb doesn't pull any bullshit. She doesn't help anybody out or anything like that.
She's not a politician.
Exactly.
She does not play the game. She wants to do the job. She doesn't want to play the games.
Yes. Well, she does in a couple years.
She does. She's bad at it. So, anyway, we have Dexter and Rita fucking again. They're just always fucking. Always. They do a lot of fucking. I do like this shot, though. They have this neat shot, like, where they're kind of facing each other in bed, and their arms are crossed over their heads. Mm-hmm. I never noticed that before. I liked it. It had to be on purpose. It was too perfect, you know. But then she says, all I want is chocolate pudding and you. Like, aw. Your children's chocolate pudding and sex with this serial killer. That's all you want. That's it. Dexter gets called to a scene. I said this is the scene where he's trying, because Deb's pissed. She's hungover and she's still pissed off about him not showing up for Harry's birthday. He's like, well, you know, I was fucking Rita.
She's like, it wasn't Rita's night.
Calm down, girl. And he is not wanting to have this conversation. So he's like, hey, sorry I didn't talk about your haircut. It looks great. You look beautiful. And she's like, beautiful?
Yeah.
What does she want? I don't understand what she wants.
She's like, you just said beautiful.
Anyway, so this scene, we find out this is poor Tegan. Tegan girl. She's gone. She's not sucking anybody's dick anymore. Everybody's going to be sucking their own dicks now.
They flip her over, though.
Yeah.
And I had to stop you. And there's a piece of flesh missing out, like, right at the shoulder blade area. Yeah. Just a piece of flesh cut out.
Yep.
Yummy. I mean, they automatically think it's a tattoo or something that's cut out. So
yeah.
Nobody's thinking somebody ate it. Except me.
But you just watched Black Christmas. That's
yeah.
Yeah, at the station, Maria is giving Angel his gold detective sergeant badge, and she asked him about Deb. He's like, well, yeah, I told her there were curse words. And Deb is, man, if looks could kill, all of them would be dead.
Yeah, they would all be just like poof in flames.
I have a problem with this scene. Rita is making pudding.
She is, and she's singing, and she's got a nice little cute sundress on, and she's just in happy land.
And she drops some pudding on the stovetop.
Oh, that's the problem you have, yeah.
And she picks it up with her finger and eats it, the pudding. And she sucks on her finger. And I don't know what happened on that stovetop.
And then Dex is getting his crown redone.
Okay, she's getting me off the topic. Okay, so yes, Dexter's getting his crown redone.
And then all the guys at the police station are going out for Angel's celebration.
And now Maria is, because Deb is in the elevator, she's going out. She's one of them, you know. They're all compadres, you know. But Maria, she's the lieutenant, and she's not part of them anymore. I think there's a little bit of jealousy there that she's not in that loop anymore, even though she's clearly trying to kind of dick with Deb a little bit, you know.
Yeah, but, you know.
Yeah. But she's bitter.
She is bitter.
Yeah.
But my favorite part is coming up on this episode.
Well, anyway. Yeah. Anyway, still going after Deb about Quinn.
Yes.
And what's she saying? Do you hear that? That's the sound of your shield calling for help.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't. This woman is so weird. She says the strangest things. Like,
she does. She really does. And she's like still trying to live up to Daddy's
expectation. Yeah, I mean, yeah, she is.
That's her entire life.
Deb's whole arc is trying to make a dead man proud of her. You know?
Yeah. So
Dexter goes over to Rita's.
My favorite part.
They're eating pudding again.
It looks like she's mixing vanilla with chocolate or something.
Yeah, it's gross looking. And he's like, more pudding. What's going on?
And she just looks at him. She's like, shit. I've done this before. I'm pregnant.
You know, it bothered me because I'm like, what? You know, girl, I understand that you're very confident you're pregnant because of these behaviors, but go to the doctor first. Just double check before you tell the man that he's going to be a daddy. Just say, hey, I don't know this pudding thing. It's weird. Sometimes I get a hankering for pudding. Then go to the doctor, get the test, be like, okay, Dexter, real talk. I get the hankering for pudding because I'm pregnant.
It didn't happen that way.
It didn't. It was stupid.
I liked it.
Okay, I know you liked it. I'm sorry.
I liked the way it happened. The look on his face is great. And then episode over. she's pregnant. Rita's pregnant. Rita's pregnant.
Spoiler.
They don't until we tell them.
Spoiler.
Next season.
Spoiler, we know what happens to that little boy.
He's gorgeous and adorable little boy.
Yeah.
But we know what he grows up to be.
He's not great with exercise equipment. Anyway.
I thought this was a good first episode. It gives us a lot to look forward to knowing Jimmy Smits is there the entire season. He is excellent. Rita's pregnant, so we know we got some stuff to do there. Miguel does have a wife named Sylvia that we meet in the next episode, I believe.
Yeah, Syl's cool.
She is really cool. We realize how much of an ass Ramon is coming up.
Yes, we do. Miguel, too. He's no prize either. I mean, we love Jimmy, but...
Yeah. But it's a good opening for the season. It gets you revved up and gets you ready and gives you that warm feeling in the pit of your stomach that Rita's going to have a baby.
Yeah, they do a lot in this first episode. Like, I felt last season, one of my complaints was that they took so long to kind of put everything in place. And they did pull the season one. All right, everything's here.
Yeah,
let's go.
They just kind of give you your tidbits, and they're like, okay, we're going to dangle this and dangle this and dangle this. So that's what's going to be happening this season.
Yeah.
So it was definitely a good first episode for the season. And the season gets much better. And this season has a couple of episodes in it that have a couple good sayings.
We get some, yes, we do get, this is a very quotable season.
Yeah.
It's mostly thanks to Jimmy Smits.
Yeah, I mean, every season has a good quote in it.
Oh, yeah, sure.
You know, but this one I think has 2 or 3.
Yeah. I think, I mean, the
first... One's Deb, one's Miguel.
Well, I think Deb is her own category. Like, you can always assume that Deb is going to say several things in an episode that are quotable.
Yeah, but this one, it's a good one.
One of my favorite Debs, I think, is in one of the later seasons, maybe 6 or 7, where she says, "Holy Frankenfuck snakes." That's my favorite Deb one.
Yeah.
This one, she does it in this one, too. It's not "Holy Frankenfuck snakes," but I do know what it is here.
You know what I'm thinking? Yeah, that's the best.
Yeah, we'll talk about it when we get to it. But yeah, Jimmy Smits has some good lines.
Yeah, he does. And he gives Dexter a good line,
too.
too.
He sets Dexter up for a good line.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we don't have Dokes. Crayon-eating motherfucker.
And we'll be okay without Dokes. We do have Quinn, which
does not have the emotion that Dokes has at all.
He does not. You do miss that kind of, the big badass.
Yeah.
But,
But Joey Quinn, he has his own charms and foibles.
He has his own issues, too.
Yeah, we'll get to Joey Quinn.
Yeah, we will.
So, yeah, good start. I mean, story-wise, it was fine. It was a good episode. I just feel like stylistically and in terms of, like, editing and stuff like that, this episode just didn't feel like they were ready to go. But I think, I feel like if this is the first time I've noticed that, I feel like it's probably just this episode. But we'll see next episode. We'll find out if I was wrong.
I think you were, but...
I think I will. I think it's just this episode.
Yeah, I think it was, too.
But other than that, I don't have a lot.
I don't have a lot either. I'm excited and revved up for this season. I mean, it's a really good season, so I like this season.
Okay, so I don't have anything else. And if you don't have anything else. So we'll be back next week with Season 3, Episode 2. We're looking forward to it. Aside from that, you can always check out on Wednesdays The Final Assessment, which is our podcast about the show Evil. And on Fridays, you can check out Outside Food and Drink, which is our podcast about various movies for January. We're going to be talking about John Carpenter's Apocalypse Trilogy. And we'll be starting the 2nd season of Evil in February. So come check those out. And until then,
later.
Later.